Hmm. Okay, so let's talk about the actual campaign itself and the promotion. You had an absolutely explosive launch, blowing away over $100,000 in 24 hours, which, okay, sometimes we see that from projects that are like a game company that's been established for 20 years, that has a long track record and is well known. Where you guys were starting out with something that was very new, without a long track record behind you, what were the main things that you were actually doing and focusing on to prepare and create a launch that was as successful as it was?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of like planning ahead of time. But I think, the biggest thing that we kept keeping in mind was, the product. It didn't matter like how much, we tried to sell or whatever. If we knew if we made a great product that people were excited about, like it would just spread virally. So that was like the big thing, is just making something that, is, just really focusing on building a great product. But then, once we had that, which, like I had mentioned before, we had some beta users who were giving us that feedback. Then we started to enter okay, let's get ready for Kickstarter mode. And we had set out like a timeline with different tasks that we want to do. And we knew that, the most important thing really for Kickstarter is the video. And so, we were going around and, finding who would be the best people to tell our story. And our story is a little bit more complicated because it's not like you had mentioned, we didn't necessarily have a big following for electric skateboards or something, and our story wasn't just about skateboarding. It was really about the technology that was going into boosted boards and our vision for like transportation and commuting. So, we wanted to make sure that whoever was doing our video really understood this and would be able to like capture that story, but also like keep the fun like lifestyle aspect that that our board has. And we went through. We talked to a lot of different people. Some people we met just like by looking through Vimeo videos. Some were like studios. And I think, the biggest thing was for Kickstarter especially is that, you don't have a lot of like money resource, but you do have a very strong vision. And if you're able to really convince people that this is like the next big thing and that, this is something they really want to be a part of, no matter what your budget is, they'll figure out a way of working with you. And that's really the mentality that we came in, talking to a lot of these, people that, normally they just would, not even consider working with us for our budget and stuff. But like, it's just like, people were just like, so like, thrilled and like excited about our product and not just the product, but like, where we were going long term and stuff that, it's like, they just were like, yeah, I want to work with you guys,
Yeah, well, I can definitely see why that would be the case with a project like yours that is not just about making a cooler widget. It's got so many, social and environmental aspects to it. Like it's got environmental benefits as well as and convenience benefits, but it's well beyond like let's back the next big video game, for example.
Yeah.
So did you do, like you said, you went out and you talked to a lot of skateboard clubs and a lot of people like that. Did you do any formal kind of market testing before going to Kickstarter, or were you really treating Kickstarter as the market research itself? Like, how much of an idea did you have that this was going to succeed when you first launched the campaign?
Yeah, I mean, we did some I guess more formal market studies. We've been collecting an email list of people that we came across. We would just hand them out our business card that had our website, and they would sign up for our email list. So we had a few hundred email lists prior to Kickstarter, and we would send surveys out to them, asking them like what would they use it for, how much do they buy for, like what kind of performance they'd like. So we kind of had an understanding of what people were looking for, and then a lot of just going out and talking with people and like hearing their feedback, and then also some of it was just an observation. There's this need finding class that we took at university, and it was really about like just trying to almost like kind of put yourself in other people's shoes, but just trying to understand like where all the like sort of friction lies in transportation, and seeing like how we could improve that and how our product fits into that. So.
Absolutely, and I feel like you did an excellent job on that, because I know as I was reading through your project, I'm just like ticking the boxes going, yeah, like it's a real hassle. I can't take my bike on the bus, it's a real hassle. I hate trying to drive and find a parking spot when you can barely find space to change lanes.
Yeah.
So okay, you've done your market research. You've got a good idea. It's going to there's demand out there, and it's going to help a particular need. You need to create a video. How did you end up coming across Alchemy Productions, who actually made your video, and then deciding, like with the video as the most important element, who decided really what you were going to focus on in the video, how you were going to present it, how you were going to structure it?
Yeah, so we found Alchemy Creative actually through a graphic designer that we were talking to, and she referred us to Alchemy Creative, and we checked out their website, their reel, and it was just like really amazing work. So we were just like, yeah, we definitely like to talk to them. And when we went there, it was I think things just kind of clicked right from the beginning. It's just like they were skaters themselves. They commuted with alternative means of like motorcycle and by train and all that sort of stuff. So they realized like the tensions with the current modes of transportation, and so they really they got the product, and that was also key when we were talking about what we were looking for in the video. We like kind of talked about what the product was, and there was basically there was like the way of showing it as just sort of this fun lifestyle skateboarding thing, and then there was like the approach of taking more of like the commuting like technology, like we're really moving forward with these light electric vehicles. And that's ultimately what we had decided to go with. And the, I guess the process really was just kind of a collaboration between the two of us. I mean, we sit there and talk about like what we were, what our company was about, and what our product was going to do. And, Alchemy Creative had a really, they've done this a lot before, so they could understand like the market that we're going for, and like how to really speak to it, and like use all the different cases and stuff like that to make like a logical case for why you'd want it, but then also keep it in that like that cool lifestyle aspect, so that it was like something that was like very exciting to watch.